I'm live. Hello, everybody. I do have a bright shirt on because on the videos I select the dates through the shirt. So enjoy my. I've got a golf game on this afternoon with my wife, and I'm busy dressing for that game because my butt got kicked yesterday. It's a new day, and I'm feeling fresh. It's great to chat to every one of you and to share this 30 minutes of mental toughness. Mental toughness is not a religious talk. Mental toughness is principles. Principles are stuff that's non negotiable. Whether you believe in God or not, principles will work in your life. It's like the law of gravitation. It doesn't matter whether you're a religious person, whether you believe there's a God or not, gravitation will have an effect on your life. All these principles that I discuss are universal principles, and you will have to understand that I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me. Because as I am, as I think I am, and that's the way I can speak. And we've decided to have this forum where we can share thoughts, and I'm sharing my thoughts with you. It's a pity that you can't share your thoughts, but a lot of people share the thoughts with me. And I tell you, the synergy of this group and the synergy of this forum is increasing daily. You've got no idea. So first, the rule. You've got to have a notebook and a pen or a pencil. You can have a piece of paper. I said it yesterday. Which one is better? We can always choose average. Average is such an easy way to choose life. It's nobody cares. Nobody see what I'm doing. You've got to understand every choice you make, change your mind. If you accept a piece of paper and you're just going to throw it away afterwards, that is a signal, or that's a sign of what you think about yourself and what you do with yourself. That's why I say, when you can do something better, why not? So I trust that everyone, if you've got a pen and paper or a booklet or a diary, somebody actually sent me an email this morning and she said to me, Yanni, I have started a diary, and all these things that I write down in my diary because this is going to become part of my life and my future. So somebody has really gone and made a real effort with these notes and this session and this talk of 30 minutes. How you write down, for those of you perhaps brand new sitting into the session, you don't write anything down in the third person. That means you never write down you should, a person should, or we should. You write it down in the first person. First means I will. I am going to. That's the way I think. Because after the session, you can't close the book and say, wow, that was inspiring. Let's go on with life. Then what you've heard means little, very little, and it's going to be out of your mind in an hour or two. But the moment you start sharing it with somebody else and you teach somebody else what you've just heard, you become accountable for what you just said. And when you're accountable, you remember that because somebody's going to hold you accountable for what you say, not what you think. Nobody can hold you accountable for what you think. But when you speak, those words go out in the air, and if you have the courage to share it with people close to you, you will become accountable for the success that you speak, not the failure. Because what you're going to speak afterwards is only success. There's no failure thoughts that I'm going to harvest from these talks. That's not my idea. That's not my plan. My goal is to get you to speak life. So that's it. For those of you who wonder about the videos, a lot of people are asking about the videos and the recordings of these sessions. We are going to make it available until tonight, 9 o'clock. So today's session, we have the Afrikaans session here after, so give us time. But about an hour after the Afrikaans session, after 2 o'clock, the sessions will be available until about 9 o'clock tonight. If you would like to invite somebody else or send somebody else the link and tell him, go and watch the half an hour. We had a lot of requests yesterday, so we're going to make it available today's session until tonight. Monday session, the first session is introduction session where you've got to learn to know who I am and how I think. So getting on to the next session without understanding where it comes from, it's not going to be beneficial for anybody. So rather get somebody to listen to the session number 1, and thereafter you can get him to listen to any session that's coming. Although we follow on, every day grows on the next day, or every day grows on the previous day. I just want to say thank you for all the people that's writing to me. And Jacob Boysen, he wrote from New Zealand yesterday, and he said, Jannie, I've never, ever thought of making the word of God mine. And he wrote to me and he said, I sat with my family and we changed the words you to our family surname. And said, you, the Boysens, I have plans for you, plans to prosper, plans to favor you. And he said his whole family was literally stunned, sitting there, and it was like God speaking to them when they read the word. And that's the purpose of stop being a spectator. Get into the arena, make stuff yours. Somebody wrote me an email just now and said, I feel guilty because I don't have the means to pay for your session right now, for these sessions right now. And I said, I can't hear you. I can't hear what you just said. Because I wrote in the email, if you can't at this moment, it's not the season for you to sow. Then take whatever you can, because this is the season for that. Your season for sow will come. But stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling like a victim in life and stop feeling guilty. Guilt can get you nowhere. That's a victim mentality. And I don't enjoy a victim mentality because I sat with a gun in my mouth one day, about to blow out my brains, because that was how far the evil one got me to believe that I'm a victim of life, that my sins and my guilt and all the stuff that I did was so bad that I don't deserve the favor of my God. And how close I got to rub this life out with one bullet. And what an idiot I would have been, because the celebration in the darkness would have been great, because then I wouldn't be able to speak to you today. But I didn't pull the trigger. So today I'm sitting here many years later, and I do understand that God's got a plan and purpose for everyone. It's capacity, because there's no limit to capacity if you continue to grow. But talent have a platform, a ceiling. Talent have a ceiling. Talent will only take you there. Synergy will take you through the ceiling. Synergy means teamwork. Now, I told you yesterday, and in many homes, there's children, and they don't understand the fact that the moment they break synergy, it's only talent that's going to survive in this home. And many of you live in homes, and I got an email yesterday from somebody who said, in our home, we realized we're simply individuals living as human beings here. There's no synergy, nothing. It's simply we accept each other. We just on far, sorry for my Afrikaans, but we just accept who each other is, and we don't grow each other. We just live together, and that's life. But unfortunately, you won't live to your talent, to the ceiling. You will always be underneath the ceiling, because when you live according to talent, you're always worrying what somebody else is thinking. And when you worry, you can never be free to do what you can, because you always worry. I want to share this with you because it's quite important concerning mindset. If you don't have freedom to express yourself, I worked with the Lions for 5 years, and I worked with all the teams concerning their mental toughness. And one day, one of the young guys in the under-19 team said to me, Jannie, what do you consider one of the most important aspects of a strong team? And I thought about a lot of things, and I said, there's a lot of things, but to me personally, it's not the only thing, but to me personally, the true characteristic of a strong team is a team where every individual is free and have the courage to express himself without being judged. That means to take risks. And if he fails, because risk mean I can fail. And if he fails, he will know that he's protected, not exposed. That means I make a mistake, you're not going to belittle me, you're going to back me. Unfortunately, in the school system, the exact opposite of this idea, characteristic, is being bombarded into our children constantly. From grade 1 to grade 12, children lose their willingness to take risks because in grade 1, they're willing to take risks. They will do anything. They will go and then the friends will start saying, oh, you're arrogant. You think too much of yourself. You're boasting. And suddenly we become, oh, I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to be seen as the one that's always in the front. I don't. And suddenly we step back. And when you go to get to matric and there's a challenge in front of you, you all sit like this and say, who is going to be willing to make an ass of himself? So I'm not going to be the one because we're afraid of being ridiculed. We're not safe. But it all starts at home. It all starts in your home where you're at right now. So I have freedom. And although I'm speaking to a camera at this moment, I know there's a lot of people and you're sitting in different countries as well. But I'm going to show you how amazing it is to be free and not worry about the spectators in watching my life. Because I said, I don't worry about the spectators in my life. I'm focused on my goal and I'm living my purpose. And most of you watching me say, Arre, is he not, doesn't he feel stupid when he can't say English word properly? And I say, no, I don't, because I'm giving it my best shot. If I was born in England and I was a super Englishman, I would still make mistakes concerning my pronunciation. So forgive me. But it's not going to stop me from giving it my best shot. So if I make a mistake, I'm free. That's my wish for every one of you. That you will grow up in a home, that your home will grow into synergy where we will cover each other, not expose each other. So I'm going to read you my poem because I was voted the best poem this morning by my family. Forgive my glasses. But I thought I enjoyed it. If you're on the road going nowhere, how do you turn to get on the road going somewhere? You first turn your eyes away from the lies to the truth, and then you kill all the flies. Your mind will follow, and then will your feet. And soon we shall meet in Eternity Street. Thank you for the applause that you gave me. I enjoyed it this morning. I am safe because I'm not worried about what people think of me. Why? We get to today's mindset. I am not worried about what you think of me because for the past 24 years, I have conditioned my faith in the person I am. And that is when somebody 24 years ago, when I was addicted to porn, when I was getting divorced, when I was so poor I couldn't pay anything, when I was a cheat, a bugger, I was not a good person. I killed my wife with my mouth. I always exposed anything weak in her because I was the victim. Somebody spoke into my life and he taught me a very simple principle. And the principle is written in Proverbs 18, verse 21. It's written, in the power of your tongue is life and death. Now, there's another part of the verse, but if I cut out your tongue, what can't you do? The answer is, you can't speak. You can eat and stuff. You probably won't be able to taste that much. I don't know. Yeah, the taste buds are in the tongue as well. But the primary thing that you can't do is speak. So in that verse, literally, and the guy told us, you've got to understand literally it's written, in the power of your speaking is life and death. And whoever doesn't mean only the people who believe in God or the people who read the Bible. Whoever means whoever, it's you. Whoever speaks shall eat the fruit of every word that leaves your mouth. I told you, I'm going to give you a step-up challenge today. And I've challenged my wife, and I said to her, Tasha, I want you to get into my seat today because the people hear me. But I want you to understand this is something we do every day. A lady sent me an email yesterday, and she said to me, Yanni, that was after the previous session 2 weeks ago. She said to me, you know what? In 2013, you came and spoke at our school, and I was one of the teachers there. And I heard the principle, and I actually did the effort, and I went home, and I wrote my personal confession. And I spoke it for a couple of days. But I stopped. And she phoned me. No, she wrote me an email. Yeah, she wrote me an email. She said, you know what? I realized I stopped. And since 2013 or 15, when you were there, nothing in my life has changed. And when you spoke last week, I realized I stopped with the most easiest thing of a principle, and that's the key unlocking the door. I stopped speaking it every day. That's it. And I wrote back to her and I said to her, do you understand? Imagine you just continue with the most easiest thing, and that's to speak it every day. For those of you who attended the previous 2 weeks of sessions, you will understand when I say, and those of you who are brand new, you can never start a day empty-minded. Because if your mind is empty, if you go into the day, the world will set your mind. That means things will come into your mind. Your eyes will see, your ears will hear. Your mind will be filled with all the reality of this world. And whatever is in your mind, as you think you are, and the reality will kill your faith, you will become a realistic idiot. That means you will be filled with fear, doubt, worry, concern, and you will say, oh, we're in lockdown, don't know what's happening to the world, and you will speak together with the world. What a life to live without faith. I mean, you've really got to have faith not to have faith. I trust that makes sense. To me, it does. So 24 years ago, me and my wife went home, and that guy gave us a task. He said, go home and on a piece of paper, write down what you hope for your future. Forget about reality. Don't try to be realistic. Break every border that's in your mind. If anything is possible, how would you like to live your life? How would you like to be? Now, of course, we are materialistic. And of course, most of us say, oh, I just want to have a lot of money, that I don't have any worry. I can have a big home, I can have a car. Money, 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 money. Let me tell you, go and listen to that talk of Steve Jobs just before his death. And you will understand money is simply one aspect of life. But if you have that aspect and missing the others, you've got nothing. Life is a combination of so many things. And if you don't focus on first things first. Matthew 6, first, seek the kingdom of God. First, seek. Not second, third, first, seek God's way of living. Then all the things you worry about will fall into place. First things first. So 24 years ago, we took it literally. We never started a day without setting our mind, because our mindset determines the rest of our day, not the world. And I said to my wife, I'm going to ask you, and my wife is very adventurous. I stick to my old one because I was so stuck in a bad place. It was really darkness. So I wrote a comprehensive thought, and I spoke it so often that I've got that. It's part. I change it every now and then for fun, but my bone, my structure is very solid. My wife, she just loves to change it every now and then. So there's no rule. And I said to her, Tasha, I don't want you to come here. And I want you to show the people that this is a new, recent one that she wrote. Her mindset, which we speak to each other every morning. And I'm going to ask Tasha now to come into my chair, and you can meet my wife. And this we do every morning. We do it every morning. We set our mind, part of other stuff, but we set our mind, and this is her mindset. So I'm going to ask her, Tasha, would you please tell the people here, who are you? Then she's going to share with you. Now you can do it where you sit. When she's finished, you can just say, look, but Tasha, Yanni is lucky. Or you can say, yeah, Tash, I like you. Because every morning when we sit here and my wife speak this and we speak it, that's the synergy we create. We agree. We build each other. We stand with each other. Even if it's a joke, and in the beginning it was a joke because nothing we said was true, but we build each other. So I'm going to invite Tasha to take my seat, please.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Yanni, for giving me the moment. The reason why I change my self-talk or confession often is just when I hear from God His promises, I want to speak it daily. And the truth is, my confession is on my phone. I have it on a note that as I read the word and I see something that is a solution to an area in my life, I put it over in a confession. So for today, I printed it out and made it shorter because mine is long. And I'm already in glasses, so please forgive me. So Yanni, will you please ask me?
Tasha, would you please tell all these people, who are you? Who am I married to? I'm now that curious.
My name is Tasha Pitter. Every day I dwell in the secret place with my Father. I hear His voice, and that's why I am blessed. I'm married to the most unique, special, extraordinary man any woman can wish for. Our life together is an adventure, and we are blessed and favored and have fun and joy in our marriage. I satisfy Yanni in all that he needs. We live in synergy. Our differences are necessary to build one another to become better. My children are a precious gift from God. We raise our children with wisdom from the Holy Spirit and the authority of God to His great pleasure. I am blessed supernaturally in every area of my life. God is mindful of me and He knows me by my name. God opens new doors for me that no man can shut. My cup runs over. I'm a capable, intelligent, and virtuous woman. I am the backbone of my family. My youth is renewed like those of eagles. I am fit, healthy, and I have abundant energy. And today, something marvelous and wonderful is about to happen to me and to each one of you. Thanks.
I agree with you. I know that it is so precious. And I know that every one of you sitting there say, yeah, Yanni, you're lucky. Yes, I'm lucky. We all need luck. But to me, luck is that moment where God's grace meets my effort. And I celebrate that moment. That's why I'm not a perfectionist anymore, which I used to be. I'm blessed. And I'm excellent in what I do. And I've got an excellent wife. And you've got to understand, nowhere in her confession was the word I want to or I hope to. Every word that she read was as if it is. Because if you say, I want to be a virtuous woman, it means you're not yet. And if you believe you're not yet, you are not yet. So my challenge to you, step up challenge, is for every one of you sitting here to think about 3 things that you would like to be. How you would like to be. I'm going to give you an example. If you would like to be close to God and to feel free in His presence, stop feeling guilty and religious. Say, I am free. I'm jumping on God's lap every morning and His voice is clear in my ears and I hear Him. I celebrate Him every day. Some of us are afraid to say that because then you're accountable to be that. Why not? Some of the children sitting there, why don't you say the following? Because you hope this. I am part of the most amazing family. I've got the best father and mother that I can dream of. And I love my sister and my brother to bits. We've got jokes and fun the whole day, and we build each other every day. And they think I'm the best brother that they can ever have. I know you're smiling, but that's what you hope. Start speaking it. Imagine they agree, because that's the agreement of synergy. We agree to build up, never to break down. Imagine you say a word. Some of you are sitting in financial predicament. Imagine you say, I have zero fear and doubt about tomorrow, because I know God's plans for me is not to be harmed in any way, but to prosper in every way He sees fit. And His timing is perfect in my life. I can't tell you how often I spoke about finances, because we were so poor. We thought about the thickness of the cheese that we ate, and we had only one block for 2 weeks. That was our home. My poverty mindset had to change by the words that I speak. So my challenge to you today is a step-up challenge. Every one of you, write 3 sentences. And you write it now when you finished here. And when you report, when you say to somebody else, what I've heard, you end with this. The person is going to say, can I ask you a question? And then you say, yes, for sure. Remember, ask permission to ask. It's just a habit in your home. Don't ask why. You will understand when you do it. There's a great reason behind it. Ask permission to ask. Then ask. Then you say to the person, tell me, who are you? And then you read those 3 sentences as if they are. There is. As if they are. Yes. They're present. As if it's real. And then the other person say, wow, I like you. I agree with that. Give me a hug. And feel what happens. That's my step-up challenge for you today. Is in the power of your tongue is life and death. Start speaking your mind today. Start setting your mind today. And for those of you who heard what I just said about that woman 2013, imagine she just kept on doing the small thing. My challenge for you is to keep on doing this every day when you wake up and you spend time setting your mind. It was awesome chatting to you. Have a super day. Be super blessed. Enjoy the synergy in your home. I get goosebumps because the synergy in my home is growing. And I'll report back on my golf game this afternoon tomorrow. Have a super day. Bye.